we are live. We are live. There we go. All right, what's happening, guys? What's up? What's up? How are you guys doing today? So, let's just wait for a few more people to hop on. Been a while. Where you been? I mean, I've been going live all these days. Have you not watched the videos? We have been live. All right. So quickly, guys. Looking at the daily time frame, I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback, at least to take out yesterday's low. I'm just going to share this quickly. So share, copy link, then I'm going to go here. Paste. All right. So guys, let me just break this down for you guys quickly. Yesterday's low, we obviously had FOMC last night. If you look back at the data, we can see that Fed kept rates the same. As you can see, anticipated was, it's not loaded, so let's just do that. Let's go back a day. Okay, so yesterday's FOMC anticipated was 4.5 interest rate decision, and it came out exactly as anticipated. We didn't have an increase, so markets still digesting that sort of information today. And over the course of last night, I did scalp a buy for US 30 last night. There was a push up, a decent one at that, but that's about it. Fizzled out this morning, and we have been retracing for the day. So if you look at it quite quickly, we've obviously respected this FEG on the daily time frame up above. We've got resting liquidity on that high, which I do believe we will see price run up into. However, first I need to see price take out yesterday's low. And the reason being is because we've got two equal lows here. We've got the day before and yesterday at relatively the same area, becoming our relative equal lows. So on the 4 hour, that would be the low to look out for. I want to see price sweep that low before we can get in. Ideal scenario, we see something like this. So today we might have to actually wait a bit before we get anything, and we might not even get anything immediately. So ideal scenario would be that we obviously run into the 4 hour FEG down here. Why I want to see that run is because that will then bring us back into our discounted range between our current price range. So 50% is down here. That fair value gap lines up with the 50%. Ideally, that would be our discounted area. Anything above that's obviously premium price range, so not really too ideal. So I am looking for that sweep and a run into that area. I'm going to mark it on the 4 hour here for you guys, up above here. So I do believe that we should be seeing that move there before we run up to that high. let's drop down to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, again, 1 hour, same low that's in question, relative equal lows between that low and that low. We need to see a draw into that area, ideally. I'm not going to be getting into anything today until it's into that discount and convincing. We've had a crack of a week. We've had a crack of last 2.5 weeks since I've been back. No real reason why I should force anything, so we're going to wait and be patient. Okay, so let's go down to 15. That's obviously respected the current fair value gap. We should be running for that low, so I'm going to pull that out. That becomes the next liquid that we should be reaching for. Stop to the 5. Okay, 5 is looking like we've swept last night's session high, or FOMC high, which was up there, and then we had a shift that occurred thereafter, followed by a tap into that 5-minute fair value gap, which is resting above here. That one was there. We had that tap up above in that area, and we had sold off from there after the market structure shift down here. So like I said, lower time frames at this point need to give us a sweep and then give us a shift before we can run up back to the 45,000 level, which is here, and then back up to yesterday's high, which would be up here. So that is my sort of bias for today. We need to wait for this to play out though. Zaid says, good to be back, bro. We were back yesterday as well. Traded live yesterday with everybody. If you guys haven't watched that, the live recording is up on the channel as well. Gladstone says, hi brother, I've joined, registered, I want to join. I found your Telegram, but I'm seeing messages of October. I'm not sure if you're on the right group, but yeah, just hit me with a message on Telegram. Yeah, that's basically my bias for the day, guys. That is pretty much the bias. We are waiting. I am waiting. It might be a bit of a waiting game today. Let's just double check if we've got any news currently. So today's data, what are we waiting for today? Okay, so we are looking at, we've got a set of news that occurred here already at 3:30. Advanced GDP quarter on quarter came in softer than anticipated, which would be actual greater than forecast is good for the dollar. So in this case, you would have seen a drop on the dollar. Let's see what happened. Yeah, so we did get a bit of a drop on the dollar, in line with our data that had come out. I am more so looking at, let's see. Okay, so unemployment claims, this would be the bigger one to look at. Came in softer than forecasted, as well as softer than previous. So this is basically the number of unemployed people currently on a week-to-week basis. So this number reducing is actually good for the dollar. So as you can see here, actual less than forecast is good for currency. So this is the more important one. So if you're trading any of the pairs against USD, that's what you'd be looking out for. Alright, so we're looking at, okay, still a waiting game, big waiting game at this point. We need to see okay, so that's been tapped into, so we know we've had a fill here, and we've had a fill up here. So chances are we're going to seek this set of liquidity down here. I've got a alert that's set at that level, 44,747, because that is the relative equal lows that I'm talking about from Tuesday, Wednesday, and that would be the sweep. So today's Thursday, we want to see price sweep into that area, tap into that 4-hour unfold area, and then rally. Just want to check the weekly time frame first. So on the weekly, we are looking at weekly time frame. We are looking at, okay, so there is a potential for us to draw a little bit lower into that 4-hour. And that is obviously because we have encountered this sell side FVG, which is your area up here. We've also around the 50% of that, so we could still see that retracement, but remember that retracement would drop us into that 4-hour area that I was referring to. Okay, so we look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq's been pretty much holding out for now. Gonna mark out some things here. We've got this low here, which was, we've got this area here. Okay, so we've had a raid on buy side up here, and we are currently still holding above yesterday's high, which was down here, yesterday's session high, down here. Okay, so you can see we've also got this area here of interest to me. So I would like price to maybe tap into that area. If you look at the 15, this is the area I'm referring to. Ideally, I'd want to see price sweep into that area. That's ideal scenario on Nasdaq. And you see we've got a 30-minute FVG in that area, as well as this order block behind it. So let's drop back here. Just want to see something. Should we push up first, guys, on US 30, then you can expect price to run into either this unfold imbalance or the one above it, and then possibly still come back down for that, what I was talking about down here. So that's the alternative scenario. If we do not sell off at the open, then more than likely price will run up into one of these two areas and then come back down. But yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at. Just want to confirm on the, let's see on the RTH, what are we looking at on the RTH, 5 minute, we've had, okay, so that was, alright, so we are currently trading below that area. Okay, so if we happen to open up above in this area, then yeah, like I said, if it's up above in this area at the open, then we're going to run into the higher FVD, and most likely have to look at a potential sell from that area. Alternatively, we will wait for this to occur down here. This would be my ideal setup, to wait for that sweep down below here, tap into that 4 hour, and then give us that shift to go up. Any questions, anything while we're here? So we've got Leo says hello, how's it, Leo? Jutrin says good afternoon, everyone. Captured photography. Any take on gold? I will look at gold a little bit just now. So buyers around 44,600. Yeah, so we're waiting for buyers at this point. Shahid, we are waiting for buys around 44,700 area after we've got that sweep. I don't really want to get into a buy up above here before we've had the sweep, and I'm not going to force it, so I want to see it sweep first. We've had a good week, we've had a good couple of weeks for a complete win streak for January. So it is approaching month end, which is today and tomorrow, last days of the month. So I typically don't trade too often on the last day of the month. But yeah, like I said, we will adopt a conservative approach today. So we're waiting for the sweep. If we miss the trade and it takes off without us, then it's one of those things, we miss it. Tomorrow would be another day. Okay, so I found Shakil SSFX. Can't message, but I can only join in. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Gladstone. This is class. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Rakil Sukhu says, how do I find the NYSE London and Asia open and close times? I can't find the correct times on Google. You should be able to find that on Google. Not sure why you aren't. But yeah, that's for a different session. I'm not going to get into sessions and times and all of that now. But for the sake of this, we are trading below both Asian and London sessions, hence why I'm also looking for that buying opportunity down below. London low, so London is from 3 a.m. We're looking, so we're below the London lows. Asian session was obviously before that. We had the accumulation up above in this area. We manipulated lower. We're looking for an expansion move higher. Okay. At this point, it's a waiting game, guys. Waiting. Okay, Shahid says yes, let the stop ants complete. Exactly, we are waiting for a raid. Try baby pips for session times. Yeah, baby pips should help you. London is from 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. onwards on the New York time. My charts are set to New York time, guys, so yeah. I see we've got Nev in the building. What's up, Nev? What's happening? Sorry, man, I'm trying to join. What do I start on Telegram? Just message me separately and I will send you my Telegram number. Devesh says, what's up? How's it? What's happening? Right. When you moving to Joburg, bro? Eish, no, I can't do Joburg, eh? Nothing there for me. Johannesburg is a different type of place. Mohammed Mia says, what do you think of Dubai? Dubai is amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing. I loved it. I definitely would move there in a heartbeat. That is the place to be, guys. Yo, it's really something I'll say. Ish, so we look like we're moving ahead of time right now. Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. See, what's annoying me is the fact that we've now created these two 1 minute equal lows here. Not ideal, guys. The Divine Label says, I saw you killing that Matilda cake. Hey bro, I was there like 2 times over for that Matilda cake. 2 or 3 times over, but it was, yeah, that Matilda cake was probably the best cake I've eaten. Yo, it was amazing. We are waiting for baby pups, more like it going up and coming down. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Fluxoria underscore Lux says, congrats on 1K subscribers, bro. Thank you, appreciate it. Let's look at gold. Guys are saying something about gold here. Oh, gold is pushing, guys, pushing. Yo, it actually pushed up quite solid today. Let's see why. What did we have here? Oh, I see it. Okay, so that's interesting, guys. Gold rallied up quite nicely. You can see you could have used, so basically this would have been the inverse FEG that you could have used for an entry. Came back after we flipped the sell side FEG, we flipped it, came back and retested that area. This is also a supported area in the market, so you can see we've had it react as a resistance, come back, support, held, lingered around here, hang around there, and then broke out, came back, retested that area. So that was a good area to have gotten in on. And yeah, looks like gold is still, so this was actually an analysis I had done a while back. I think it was still last year sometime. You can see I had this area marked out, the 4-hour FEG, and price pretty much did almost that. Can you see that? Came back twice on that area and then rallied up. Yeah, so if you're in gold longs, target would be 790 and then 2,800 definitely. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for some sort of retracement, ideally liquid underneath one of these lows, so potentially grab some liquidity and then move off. Alright, let's go back to US30. I want to see what's happening. Yeah, you see, guys, I don't know, this, as much as it looks good, but I don't like the fact that we've got these two lows here. I'm definitely not going in until I've got a sweep. And if I miss it, I miss it. Just one of those things, guys. Just bring this here. Okay, so US 30 retracing. Jutron says move to Cape Town. Cape Town's lekker. But yeah, choose to buy over Cape Town anytime, eh? There is, remember what I mentioned earlier, there is a strong possibility though that it could also first push up and then come back down for those areas. Guys are quiet in the chat. What's happening? Very quiet, yeah. So if price trades below or above session, does it determine if you're looking for buy or sells above or below? Not exactly that. I mean, yes, you know, we use the sessions as sort of a guide because you've got resting liquidity on either side of session highs and session lows. So depending on which side the market has already manipulated against, we are looking for the expansion move that follows after that, because you've got three phases in the market, guys. You've got the accumulation, you've got the manipulation, and then you have the distribution phase or the expansion phase. So if you follow those three concepts pretty much in line with the power of three, you can literally become profitable following just that model. So yeah, giving away some nuggets, but yeah, nobody else gives away those nuggets like us. Views on NAS 100. I haven't analyzed NAS properly, but again, I'm also waiting for some sort of sweep. Yeah, you see, we've held at that FEG, but I would ideally have wanted that area to have been tapped into. This is the one that's been holding, and it's because of the fact that we had a sell FEG that had been inverted into what we call an IFEG there. So we inverted that, and it's pretty much held and run for that buy side above here. So now the question is, are we gonna drop lower after this buy side, or do we still need to run this high? So we need to wait, guys. I'm waiting. I would like I said, I would like to see this low being taken down here. That's if you are trading Nasdaq. Okay, so I did catch a nice buy last night on Nasdaq FOMC. That was down below here at this point. There was a 1 minute shift and an FEG that had occurred in this area. So let's just show you guys. There we are. So this was last night for FOMC. That was my entry last night down here. Okay, we had again inverse FEG down in that area, flipped over. We had the new FEG that had formed here, created liquidity above that area. So this was the two sets of liquidity down here above that FEG that had flipped the sell side FEG. And I had got in somewhere around here 9:30 p.m. FOMC time, and I caught that move up. I think I came out at about after we took this high, so it was a decent move. Made some good money off it, but yeah, today we're looking for a sweep. Definitely looking for a sweep first. Divesh says, did you do Forexia? I'm not sure what that is. Zaid says stress. What stress? What stress? I think that's Adil. Adil says would be nice if it to take a PM, New York PM low first. Yeah, 100%. I would like to see a sweep down there. Yesterday's low. What else? What else? It's just a waiting game, guys. Some days you can wait the whole session and you still won't get a trade. But it's part of the game. You gotta know how to sit on your hands sometime. Bro, did you consider gold and forex signals? Ish. Not really, eh? I don't know. I've sort of developed a relationship with US 30, and I've always just traded US 30 for majority of the time. I mean, I started off trading on gold and Nasdaq back in the day, 6 years ago when I first started off. Made a lot of money on gold and then lost it all, in the early phases of your trading. So I lost on gold, and then I moved to Nasdaq, and Nasdaq was just a bit too consolidative for me. It moved well, but there were periods where it would just consolidate, on the 1 hour, 30 minutes, like for a day or two, 3 days sometimes. And you might have the direction right, but sometimes get taken out unnecessarily, which is why I sort of moved to US 30, because I understood it better, and I like the flow of it. US 30 flows, like when it moves, it really moves. You can literally catch. I remember the first big trade I caught on US 30, it moved 2,000 odd pips. This is years ago, guys, when I first started. It moved 2,000 pips in under 1 minute. So one candle literally had pushed up 2,000 pips, and then since then I was like sold on US 30. Nobody could convince me otherwise of any other pair or any other instrument. But yeah, I've been building along the way, building my knowledge and skill set on US 30 predominantly. So Fluxoria says 6 years ago, you've been in the game for years. 100%. I've been in this game for quite some time now. Like I said previously, 2.5 to 3 years of it has been, I've been in the same situation most of the guys are currently in, where you're continuously losing, continuously wondering why it's not working out, why your trades are not playing out. Sometimes you got the direction right, but you still get it wrong because your psychology is not there and it's not on par with your skill set as yet. So those aspects of trading is what you need to focus on. There's besides the technical analysis, besides the fundamental analysis, there's emotions. You as a person need to deal with that. You need to better yourself when it comes to your emotions. You need to better your psychology, things like that. So there's a lot of external factors that you need to control before seeing the results you want to see. It's not just the technicals and the theory and that sort of thing. It comes down to the person behind the screen. When they say it's you versus you as a trader, it's literally that. It's literally you versus you. TY22, did you work 9 to 5 while trading, or you went trading? No, so at the start, in my beginning phases, I was working a 9 to 5 like everybody else, and then only once I saw consistency and profitability, then do you sort of pull the plug on that side. But until then, you keep pushing, keep building yourself, as an individual. Keep building your capital, because ultimately in trading you need capital. So yeah. Fluxoria says, "Whoa, thanks, man. You and Shix are the realist. Not these selling a lifestyle." Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. We don't sell your lifestyle, guys. That's the important thing. We're not here to sell your lifestyle. We're here to share the skill and show you guys that Forex is real. Trading is real. You know, a lot of people have this notion of, oh, Forex is a scam and all that kind of crap. But that's people that have entered the space without the correct knowledge, without the correct experience. They've tried it for a flippin' week, a month, 6 months, maybe even a year. They've tried it and then they've given up. Those are the people that sit, and say, "Oh, Forex is a scam." Why? Because you haven't put in the necessary work in order for it to work for you. You haven't made it work for you. You haven't figured it out. You were lazy. You haven't put in the time. Yeah, it's not as easy as it sounds, and yeah. That's all I wanted to say. Let's see, what's the time now? It is let's say 16:15. So still got 15 minutes left. I need to see a raid, guys. We need to see a raid and then a shift thereafter. Right, so yeah, cool. Who's asking that? Let's see. Alright, so what are you guys trading though? What entry are you looking at? Guys, if you've joined late, please watch from the start, because I can't be going back and explaining what entry I'm looking at again now. I've given out what I'm looking for, I've drawn the arrows, I've showed you guys at the start. So maybe please check that out first. But for the interest of everybody again, and those who joined late, I want to see a raid below yesterday's low, which is down here. So I need to see a stop hunt down below and tap into that 4-hour fair value gap or the discount area, and then a shift up on the 1 minute time frame. So that's what I'm looking at, and we're waiting, guys. Like I mentioned earlier, I might not even get into this trade today. I've had a banger week, I've had a banger month so far. I'm pretty much done. I can call it a month at this point. So if it's not ideal, I'm not going to get in. I will give it to you guys, and I will tell you guys what we're looking for. But yeah, I'll make that call later on, depending on the price action at the open. Kicking it with JP says, like the live, guys. Yeah, 100%, guys. Like the live. I see a lot of people were on yesterday and the guys didn't like it. They caught the trade, but I mean, show some support, guys. We're trying to get the channel into the algorithm, so please like the channel, like the video, and press those reaction buttons as well. It really helps us, or helps the channel boost into the algorithm, basically. Let's see this. Kurt Camphor says part of being a live stream trader is patience on the charts and with the chat questions. 100%. I'm trying to be as patient as I can here. But yeah, 100%. Right, so we're still waiting. I see we've got 100 guys on now. That's good, that's good. Very good. So we're waiting, guys. We're waiting to see that sweep down below. Relative equal lows, resting liquid above here as well. So we are looking for that. Okay, then if we look, I just want to switch to the RTH again. So we are pretty much down here at this point. So we could very well move up first. We need to wait. Zahid says, how long have you been trading for? I think I answered this earlier. So it's been 6 years, guys. Started in 2019. Started off on Nasdaq, well, first gold and currency pairs, and then moved on to Nasdaq and then US 30. I spent the last 4 years, I think, on US 30 only. So that's the RTH. Alright, so that's looking better. You can see we are looking a hell of a lot better for a sweep down below. It's ideally what you want to see here, guys. Want to see us rate this low, rate yesterday's low, those equal lows of that area, and then move. It's not as straightforward as yesterday. Yesterday was a hell of a lot smoother and straightforward. So we're waiting. Patience came. Been going at US 30 for a while now. Joined your live yesterday. The analysis was super informative and also extremely accurate. Top-notch work. Thanks, man. I appreciate the feedback. Hope you guys learn from it and obviously better your trading from these lives. Abdul Ibrahim, what you say, Tara bread. Why specifically US 30 and not gold? So I explained this earlier. But US 30, I've developed a relationship with US 30. I understand how it moves. I've backtested my strategy for years worth of data. I've done about probably, call it 10 years worth of data when it comes to backtesting. Myself and Nev, we've sat countless of hours behind these charts, and I've backtested it like, you know, day in and day out, guys. Whole day, whole night. You know, I've paid my dues. So US 30 has been the one for me. It's been the one that I took a liking to, and yeah. As a trader, it all depends on you. It depends on your trading style. It depends on your personality. So not everybody is going to like US 30 or be able to trade US 30. I know guys who can trade Nasdaq and they trade it well, but they can't trade US 30. You know, it just depends on the individual. It just depends on what you flair with. Some of you might prefer gold or might like gold. Gold might be slower than US 30. You know, it might move a lot less aggressively than US 30. So if that's the type of trader you are, then there's no harm or shame in trading what works for you, and that's part of being a trader. You've got to find and figure out what works for you. Nev says 14 hours backtesting the charts daily. Yeah, absolutely, man. Nobody saw that side of the work that we've put in. I mean, there were days where there was actually more than 14 hours a day that Nev and I would sit and backtest on the charts from the time we wake up in the morning till late at night, guys. We'd be sitting and backtesting. I remember especially when COVID hit, early 2020. That's pretty much all we did. Morning to night, backtest, and we had spreadsheets. We had flipping spreadsheets to journal those backtesting trades, but that's only how you get better, guys. Nev says I still got the spreadsheets. Hey, you must show it to me, man. Flip, I even forgot about them. I'd love to see the results of those again. It would be nice. So we've got 125 on this live now. Nice. Okay, so what's the time? 25. 5 minutes more. That would be your sweep. We need to see a sweep ideally into this area down here, and then we can move. Tian has got the NAS clean. What you looking at, Tian, on NAS? Looking at that buy. Yeah, so there we are. Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq down. I want to see Nasdaq drop into this area, guys. I want to see Nas drop in and move. I'm gonna set an alert here, and no, it's playing us, guys. It's playing us today. Not good. We did not rate this lows. It's most likely going to run without us. And if it does, then it's going to hit one of these areas up above, and then maybe come back. Okay. Yeah. Tough one, guys. Tough one. Let's see if we can. If we get a tap in here, wouldn't be my ideal area, but if we can get a tap in, maybe we can look at going long, provided that we close above this area. Waiting, a few seconds left. We're waiting, we're still waiting, guys. You want to see a candle close above here. If we get a candle close above here, then it would be better for us to get in. As of yet, we are not in anything. Okay, so we've got a candle above. We need to see a close above here. Oh, you see that? That needs to hold above. Hasn't held above yet. For a buy, we're still waiting, guys. We're waiting for a close above. It hasn't closed above, so we are not in anything. We are not in anything. Remember, ideally I wanted the sweep down below, which we did not get. Neither did we get a good close above here. So we're still waiting. We're still waiting. Nothing at this point. See, guys, the reason why I'm reluctant at this area is because if you go to the 30-minute, that's the area that we are in currently. We are in the sell FEG here, and and there's one above here. So I'm reluctant to get into anything right now. Can you see here? and we have not swept those equal lows at the bottom as well as yesterday's low. So yes, we might get a push up, but this is concerning. And when we did break above here, I did not see it like a convincing close above here, which is why I did not tell you guys to enter, because the fact that we respected here, I needed to have left this area with imbalance. We haven't seen that, so not the best looking to me. I think Nasdaq is coming down a bit. Let's check Nasdaq. Yeah, Nasdaq's come down quite a bit, which should also happen on US 30. That's the area we want to get to. We want to get that sweep down there. Same thing on US 30. Patience, guys. It's all about patience. You're gonna have to wait. I was not comfortable getting in without the sweep, and the reason for that is if you looked at the lives and the trades we've taken previously, we need to see a sweep. This is not what I trade, guys. I would have wanted to have seen these equal lows taken as well as that previous day's low. So sticking to my plan, still waiting. If we miss it, we miss it. One of those things. And I mean, it's been quite slow in any case. That's fine. It's leaving without us, guys. It's leaving without us. Nasdaq seems to be forming a little bit better. Yeah, so nothing yet, guys. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I'm content. I mean, we stuck to our plan. Our plan was to get in below this low after the sweep, and that never happened first. So nothing really we can do, guys. Wait until the next one, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, cool, guys. I'm gonna leave you with that setup. I mean, you can wait for a sell-off maybe from this area. If you see a shift, we can drop down into that area down here, and then at that point, you know, you could be looking for a good buy from that area after a shift on the lower time frames. But yeah, nothing we can do, guys. We tried, we waited, never got the sweep that we wanted. So at some point, price is still going to come back down here. Alright, cool, guys. Take it easy. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.